Is the Supreme Court too conservative? Should we back the court? Let's look at the details. Hello, this is Chart GPT Today. You know, the SCOTUS, Supreme Court of the United States, has been in the news a lot of controversial rulings over the last year or two. That's Roe v. Wade, the affirmative action, and several others. So people are protesting. They want to impeach. They want to stack the court. So get into the details of this. First of all, let's take a look at how people feel about Supreme Court. It has been going negative from some early 2000s in the low 30s or 20s, high 20s, low 30s, and now we're getting up to 50, 60% of the people are not liking it. So people are unhappy with the Supreme Court. Taking a look at the court itself, a lot of people think it's too conservative. You can see there's a lot of conservative judges, but a lot of them are not that conservative. And they've got some pretty far out on the left as well. The most recent is this Justice Jackson. And of course, you look at who actually Trump got lucky. He really did. He got 3 of his picks in a 4-year period. And Obama in 2 years only got 2, and even 8 years Bush got 2. And then Biden's got 1 recently, and of course Judge Thomas is a carryover, so he probably will be the next one that may get replaced at some point in time. He's been rumored to retire soon. But anyway, it probably won't happen until the election, because he probably wants to get replaced by conservative. Nevertheless, there's your picks there. If you look at how they've been doing, most of them, they tend to track, the conservatives tend to get a little bit less conservative, even though now Thomas is not the most conservative. I can see Alito. The liberals tend to get more liberal, so you can take a look at their track. Not a huge amount of change, regardless of the party that's actually nominated. Of course, everybody thinks, if you look at this carefully, you can slow the video down, but in fact, everybody thinks that their justices are fair and square, but the other party's justices are not. So that's surprise, surprise, right? And of course, you look at the rulings, it seems to be trending a little bit in the conservative, of course, in recent rulings. So that is quite interesting that people, perhaps rightly so, thinks that the court has gotten too conservative, depending on your viewpoint. But it's not just Supreme Court. If you look at the lower courts, which often feeds the Supreme Court, it's very heavily in favor of a lot of Democrats. So Obama has pointed the most compared to the others. So when you add up all the Democrats' picks for lower courts, they kind of maybe counterbalance the Supreme Court a bit. Of course, so the big question is, we have currently 9 Supreme Court justices, and the question is, should we go to maybe 11? They always want an odd number to make sure, well, not always, but they want an odd number to ensure they get some kind of difference there. So what do you think? We asked the AI to see whether or not how that would affect the overall positioning of the courts. It'd be interesting to read that dissertation. Take our online poll to see what you believe. Do you think we should pack the court because it's too conservative or not? Anyway, you can see that link in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe.